All right, 26 episodes, and we are finally through an entire season of the Connecticut Sun. It's their worst season in a long time. It was looking like it was going to be way worse, like one of the worst seasons in franchise history. But we had a midsummer turnaround. It was looking like it was going to finish poorly, but we had a last second victory that we didn't think we'd have. And then two defeats that we'll get into that we definitely thought we'd have. But Joe, before we get into a shocking victory, how was everything? I know as the WNBA winds down, high school basketball picks up. So how are things with that? You getting excited?
Yep. Hey, everybody. We're starting to do some of our off-season stuff for basketball, which is kind of fun. I haven't seen the kids now for a month, so it's kind of always fun to jump back in. And in the off-season, I make the joke that I'm like a reoccurring guest star on like a sitcom in the off-season because it's like you never know when I'm going to show up just because I'm busy with my day job and other things going on. But like whenever I show up, it's going to be a good time. So it's like, yeah, that's how I feel in the moment. We'll get more into like a committed schedule as we make our way through October and November with, like I said, off-season workouts and things and fall leagues and getting the kids ready. So, I mean, we can't coach them personally, but like we can be in the vicinity and just watch as other people are coaching or, whatever's going on. A lot of rules. But
You do love
yeah.
to watch children, so.
Hey, now let's not throw things out there. But yeah, I mean, end of the season. You said one of the worst seasons for the team. I mean, we were pacing one of the worst seasons in WNBA history for a long time there.
Yeah, I felt like it was coming.
Because Marina was hurt. Layla was, we were doing in the French Batman symbol, calling for her to come over and just waiting and waiting. But it was, it got much better the second half of the year after the All-Star break. We had hoped that would be the case. I'll give my more in-depth review because, we had that mid-season report card, and we'll kind of circle back on that next episode. Call that a teaser. And, I mean, it was nice getting text messages from you being like, holy shit, like we're somehow about to win this game. We're about to ice it. We're about to this. You sent me like 15 text messages in a row, and I was just like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this today because I was celebrating birthdays with my family, so I couldn't watch the game live. But it's awesome that we made it through the whole season. When we started this, I mean, this is what we hoped would happen, but we obviously weren't going to waste our time if there wasn't support and a wanting for these episodes. So, I want to say thank you to everyone out there who does watch every week and comments and engages on social media with us and in the comments and everything. So, I mean, it's kind of, I feel like we're giving our exit interviews, at the end of the season here, but we're not going anywhere.
We're not going anywhere.
We're not going anywhere. So stick along for the ride and,
podcasts don't have off seasons.
No, not at all. And I just feel like, it's been very cool. Like and as much as I love basketball, like it's been very cool learning the WNBA and all the intricacies that go with it, because it's definitely a league of its own. It's not, you can't really compare it to other leagues. The fans are crazy. The players are very more so like upfront and personal. Like they're out on social media, they're interacting, they're, going live on social media, they're recording their daily lives. So you're really like, you build a bond with the teams that you're following.
Yeah, this was a hell of a season. Win, lose, or draw. No draws in the W, but some days it was a kick in the nuts, and it felt like a good old draw. So, which is worse than a loss to me. So, it was just really fun to get a new team and to commit to a full new team, fully dive in head first, and commit as a full podcaster, and try to learn everything you can about everything.
And I think for someone like you who pretty much just joined the bandwagon on the playoffs towards the end of the season last year, like
Hey, whoa. We were joining the bandwagon like halfway through the season at least.
sorry.
We went
But
to that game in like July, didn't we, or June?
yeah, it was like halfway through all right, yeah, halfway through the season, we'll call it. But like for you to like go in with the expectations that you're going to be covering one team with all these superstar players and top 25 players in the league, and then
Well,
essentially,
yeah. Well, the whole point of the podcast was we talked throughout the entire offseason of like, well, we talked through the entire playoffs of like how good this team was, and then every move of the offseason got us more angry and angry. And we're like, well, we might as well just start talking about this team. And then like I was looking for a podcast. I was like, who's talking about this team? And then no one was. I was like, we should just fucking talk about this team if we're going to talk about it. If nobody's going to. And then here we are.
yeah,
If honestly, if they kept the team, we should probably start the podcast anyway because they go on a fucking hopefully a championship run. But
you look at everyone who's left. Alyssa Thomas, top 4 playoff team. Bree Jones, top 4 playoff team. Bonner, same thing. Carrington now on the top team in the league. Like literally the starting 5 essentially all went to playoff teams. So it tells you the talent that we let go. But doesn't mean we don't love our rookies. Doesn't mean we don't love the team that we had. I think it was cool kind of seeing Tina's. I know I'm jumping all around here, but at the end of the last game, Tina calling out the fans, saying thank you, and like things are going to get better, and like all this. And Coach Mez said the same thing. So it's like been really fun to watch this team not just get better as the year went on, but also like how the fan base reacted to this team. Like there was a lot more positive vibes. Like the second half of the year is on as well. And you know what? We also saw that in our interactions as well. You know, everyone in the first week was fire coach. And like, I know I got there at one point, I went crazy and was like, you got to look at it. But essentially just like seeing how the fan base is rallied around this team when there's been such a roller coaster of off the court things and on the court things that could easily push people away. I actually think it brought the fan base of the Connecticut Sun that much closer together to the team.
Yeah, the team getting pushed away might have brought us closer together. It was one of our more successful seasons. So I don't know. You want to get into the week? It's the last recap for a while. It's probably one of the more shorter ones, as the notes don't really matter that much.
It's like whose line is it anyway? You say what you want, and the points don't matter.
Yeah, like it's like we have nothing. Like they can't improve on it anymore. Like every note we have does not mean like there's nothing to improve on so it's just recapping at this point what happened, but we'll do it. I like to stay consistent. We're starting Alan, the Can, Morrow, Mabry, and Tina. Do we know what LeCan's injury ends up being, why she doesn't play the other 2 games? Is it still just the eye?
It said personal, and it said she was already back in France. So
okay.
I don't
they
know
never showed her anything.
I don't know if they were just like, hey, go get ready for your French team. I don't know if it's the national team stuff. I don't know if it's I can look and see, but I kind of saw that too, where it was just like it said personal, and then as I was following tweets, we were talking about trying to find the exit interview stuff. Yeah. Someone had mentioned she was already like back in France.
Yeah, so this is her last game of the season, and it's without warning, and I don't think it's really so it's not really been. I didn't want to say anything and be wrong, but it's without clarification, to my knowledge, right now. But yeah, so in the game, I'll let you look it up if you can find it. The intermission. Let me know. Tina hits a hook shot to open the scoring after a Mercury turnover. Mabry hits her first shot, a mid-range shot early. She needed that. And this one of her classic long and then hits one of her classic long passes to Tina, who scores, and then scores again. And CT opens up the game on an 8-3 run. Mabry hits a 3, and it's 11-5, kind of out of nowhere. Not expecting to do well against the Mercury. LeCan misses a wide open layup after a nice transition pass from Marina, and on cue, a made 3 from Copper. Like Joe said in the past, you miss a layup, they hit an open 3.
Every time.
but LeCan makes it up for it with a long 2 on the next possession. Marina with a nice reverse layup. She's got 9 already, 17-12 Sun at the immediate timeout. Tina is 4-4 to start. Maybe pushes off clearly, but doesn't get a call and hits a shot with 40 seconds left. Morrow gets her 3rd foul on an offensive rebound and then a delay of game by rolling the ball away from the ref in disgust. This leads a made free throw on an offensive rebound with 12 seconds left. But Rivers gets a steal and hits a buzzer beater 3. Excuse me, don't get ahead of myself. 26-18 Sun, end of 1. Did you find anything?
Yeah, it just said the French league starts end of September, early October, so she made her way over there, which.
All right, stop with the French league. It's not more important than our league. I know these last 2 games don't mean anything, but if we become good, you can't be leaving for the French league.
I don't love it, but I wonder if the team just asked for her to come back and they were just like, sure,
whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I don't. Just a mental note for the future. Don't love that.
Yeah, I'm sure if we were good, she'd not be like leaving for the playoffs or anything.
Right.
Marina had 11 points on 4 of 5, 1 of 2 from 3, and Tina had 10 points on 4 of 4, all in the first quarter. Back-to-back threes in the second for the Mercury, though, and Mez calls a timeout. Mercury head coach got a technical foul, though, right before they go to commercial. Not really sure what happened.
But, he was arguing. He was writing officials. You can kind of hear some hot mics in that first quarter.
Yeah, but who does that after you go on a 6-0 run?
Wanted to make a point. That's, I mean, going with that first quarter real quick, like we played at our pace in the first quarter and it was physical. It wasn't, run and gun and all that. Like we were very efficient, all like with our dribble, everything, movement, like it was what you want from this team. And then like the second quarter on, we were playing Phoenix's game. They quickened the pace and forced us into things that we're uncomfortable doing, but continue. Yeah. Just wanted to call out at least the first quarter again against a playoff team looked awesome.
Yeah, so Mabry hits the technical free throw. Tina misses her first shot of the game. Mercury take the first lead with 7:10 to go in the second. LeCan gets the lead back with her speed. Peters hits a 3 to get the lead back with under 6 to go. Maybe her biggest shot of the season. Torrey banks in a 3. Then Bonner hits a long 3 to respond. Bonner hits another 3, but Peters gets a nice pass from the arc to deep down low to Tina, who just chucks it up but gets fouled, and somehow the ball banks in and she makes the free throw. Peters gets blown by at the end and ends up on the ground and might have gotten hurt on her thigh. She was rubbing it for a while. As MVP Aaron Judge hits his second home run. Sorry, I got distracted. Mabry with a nice pass to Torrey, who can't finish, but Tina cleans it up to cut it to 1 with about a minute left in the half. Rivers comes in for Torrey because she's a specialist at the end of the half, foreshadowing. LeCan gets the ball back off a Mercury rebound. Marina misses a 3, and Rivers gets a rebound and then throws it out of bounds. Sabali gets a bucket with 10 seconds left to go up 3. Rivers hits a 3. Rivers has a 3 go in and out at the buzzer. So she hits the first quarter buzzer beater, almost hits the second, but becomes a theme, I think, in the next game. Or
not even the deep ones here. Like we talked about Sanaya, I'm going to sneeze, maybe? No. We talked about Sanaya, like, having to improve her shooting as the season goes on.
Yeah, she has.
There it was. And she really does. She looks so much more aggressive. Like, in the beginning of the season, it was, like, all the pull-ups she was starting to take. And you're like, okay, she's working in pull-ups. And now, I mean, she's confident from 3.
Yeah. And she's a legit shooter, and she's lethal at the buzzer. But it's 50-47 Mercury at the end of the half. Tina's got 16-5 on 6-9, Mabry 14-4, LeCan 6 points. Nobody else has over 3. No one on the Mercury, there was 10 points, which is nice. Mabry is pissed at the refs and this is in the third, is pissed at the refs. Her and Koa Makani are getting physical, and Koa Makani gets called for the foul and gets a technical, and Marina hits free throw. Marina was getting the best of her. Morrow gets her fourth foul, though, on another offensive rebound. Lacan checks back in and immediately gets her fourth foul. Tina has an open layup, but hesitates and misses when it gets contested. Morrow's still in the game and gets her fifth board with her first bucket on the other end and her first bucket of the quarter, but the Mercury have only one bucket of the quarter and will with almost halfway into the third. AT throws it behind the back right to Mabry, who gets it to Tina, who immediately shoots like the shot clock is at 1 and misses. A much needed timeout / commercial break for both teams at 4 minutes 36 seconds left in the quarter with 55-50. The score with Phoenix leading. Coming back, Rivers blocks Whitcomb 3. I feel like it's been a while since she's blocked a 3, but that was the old Rivers special at one point. Lacan picks up her fifth foul, just under 3 to go in the third, and she's staying in, but gets taken out the next dead ball. Morrow has 9 rebounds, and it leads to Mabry and 1 on the other end. Mabry hits a mid-range shot with under a minute left, and the Sun lead again. Phoenix free throws give them the lead back, though. Edwards with a spin move and a bucket, give her a first bucket of the game and regain the lead. Bonner steps out of bounds with 2.9 left, 64-63 Sun, end of the third. A runny nose, Joe.
You're gonna watch this back and just watch my face spaz 3 times.
I see you like covering. You're sneezing at the corner of my eye. You good?
Yeah, just all of a sudden I had a sneezing fit. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
But
right. I will say I
recover from this.
Always, yeah. I'm a professional. I think what I really liked in this third quarter was how much trust he put into the rookies. I feel like earlier in the season, as soon as there was any kind of foul trouble, like we didn't see Morrow for like the rest of the game. Layla was subbed out immediately for whether it was Bria or Lindsay Allen or Torre. Like now at this point in the year, and I know we don't have as many bodies on the bench, but I liked that he ran the risk of keeping them both out there because the game called for it. Like, yes, she picked up a foul, but like Morrow was really good in that third quarter. Layla was fine. I actually didn't think. I mean, I watched back all her fouls because we had texted before while you were watching the game, you were just like, everyone's fouling. Those refs pulled, a lot of like soft contact, but then there was like the time where the Phoenix player had 3 fouls in like 30 seconds. So like they were really like blowing that whistle in the third quarter, much more than they were in the first half. Like a lot of the fouls in the first half were fouls, like can't argue them. But I think I even texted you the ref with the red ponytail. Like I feel like she calls everything ticky tack. As I'm starting to learn, see these crews more and more. But I felt like both sides. Savali was yelling at officials. Tina got the tech early. Like they were doing that thing where it was like, hey, we don't want it. This is going to be a physical game too. We don't want it to get it out of hand. And you know what? The rookies kind of matched it up right up until the end when Layla picked up her fifth.
Yeah, and then we go into the fourth. Bonner hits a 3 to open it up. 5-0 run for Phoenix, and Mabry throws it away. Luckily, Phoenix shot go in and out. We get the ball back. But Tina turns it over, and Copper gets an and 1. Now 8-0 run, CT timeout. Rivers hits a deep 3, though, off the timeout. Connecticut cuts it to 1 with 6 minutes left. Allen has 5 fouls now. So that's another player. Tina gets her first bucket of the second half. She's at the line with the first one, hits the first one, and then Phoenix takes a timeout, but hits the second one after. Tina blocks Alyssa Thomas. Morrow gets an offensive board and a putback to go up 3 with under 4 to go. Morrow with a defensive rebound on a quick Mercury shot, and Mez calls a timeout with the momentum and the crowd going nuts, but I guess he just doesn't want us to do anything stupid while we have time left.
I think it was use it or lose it timeout.
That too,
like
probably.
He had the one extra with it was like 3:30 left, you said, right? A little over 3 minutes. So I'm pretty sure they lose the timeout if they don't take it.
Yeah. Sabali hits Marina in the mouth area, but on a pick, and sends Marina to the line where she goes 1 of 2. On the second free throw, Sabali pushes and tugs Morrow's jersey by her neck, and Morrow goes 1 of 2, and Connecticut leads by 5 with 3:24 left. Timeout Phoenix. I believe that's Mabry's only point of this court, this fourth. She had 22. I think she ends with 23. Alyssa Thomas cuts it to a 3-point game. Tina makes it a 5-point game. Sabali a 3-point game. LeCan turns it over, and Mabry commits her 5th foul, but Copper goes 1 of 2 from the line. With 1:49 left, 2-point lead for Connecticut. Mabry misses, and Alyssa Thomas finds Whitcomb, who hits a 3 for the lead. 1:26 left. Tina tries to go one of what's it called? 1 or 2, but misses. And luckily, Morrow gets hit in the face on the rebound by Sabali. And again, Morrow gets up or slaps the ground and gets up frustrated, but held back by Tina. Nothing comes of it. Refs look at it and say the play is upgraded. Morrow hits 1 of the 2 technical free throws, which ties the game, and the Sun keep possession. LeCan had a rebound, but it goes right off of her hands and goes out of bounds with 51.9 seconds left. Alyssa Thomas gets it and gets fouled and misses both, which was huge. LeCan gets a wide open layup and gives Connecticut the lead with 27.7 left. Mercury missed their shot, and LeCan go to the line and ices it. LeCan hits both. 4-point lead with 9.7 left. Sabali hits a 3, though, with 5.6 left. Unfortunately, that wasn't the icing they thought it was. LeCan gets fouled with 3.7 left and hits both, up 3 with 3.7 left. Copper bricks a tough 3, and the Sun win 87-84. Mabry had 23, 5, and 4. Tina 22 and 10. Morrow 9 and 13. LeCan 14 points. Rivers 6, 6, and 5. What are your thoughts?
At the end there, we've seen it numerous times over the season where like the end of games had been like panicked, right? It didn't feel that way in this game. Going back and forth, like there was a big miscommunication between Tina and Morrow on what they were doing on a ball screen, which led to the Sabali 3. Mm-hmm. When that you can't leave her wide open, obviously. But I felt like we were in control of those last few minutes, though. We were like the more poised team. I think Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken, even though they clinched a playoff spot, they were still playing for seeding in this game. Nothing was locked in yet. So they felt a little more tense, where it was like, oh, God, we're in a dogfight where we're just going to find a way to finish this. Oh, no, now we're not finishing it. Like they felt like the more rushed team, the more panicked team, we'll call it, where we felt like a little more in control, where it was, okay, ball went off Layla's fingers out of bounds, but it wasn't like she was nervous. It was just the ball went out of bounds. We didn't have too bad of turnovers. Like it just is that growth that we were talking about from this team in trying to finish a game. So it was nice to see towards the end there kind of the game plans and the finishing touches we put on.
So I'm just checking if what the Mercury and Liberty head-to-head is. Because if the Liberty win tonight and the Mercury lose, they have a tied record.
And who does the Mercury play tonight?
Mercury they're both playing right now. New York's playing Chicago, and Phoenix is playing Dallas. So Phoenix is probably going to win. It won't matter. But
geez, why put Phoenix on a back-to-back the last 2 days of the year? That's crazy.
Yeah. So they are playing for seeding still, technically. New York could tie them. Actually, Phoenix is beating them 3 times. So
okay,
but back when this game happens, they're still playing for seeding.
Right.
So are you still going? Sorry, I didn't mean.
Nope, you're good. Yep.
All right. So game 2.
Game 2.
All right. Try to go through these quicker. No LeCan anymore. That was her last game of the season. Rivers is now going to start for her. Alicia Gray is playing. She plays in both these games for Atlanta. Morrow gets the first 6 in this game on 2 threes after a 5-0 run for the Dream. Nice pass down low into traffic from Mabry to Tina, who scores. Dream step over the line while inbounding, which you never see. But what do? We turn it right back over. You do nothing. We literally turned it right back over. 10-2 run for the Dream. It's now 18-10. Sun take a timeout. Edwards turns it over by dropping it after just dribbling. Stone hands play. She got to get better at that. We've said that. Rivers ends this run on a mid-range shot. Sun have 5 turnovers in the first 7 minutes. Rivers hits a 3 and is 1 away from the Sun rookie record. Mabry gets herself open with 20 seconds left and hits a long 3 to cut it to 2. Mabry hits a half-court shot at the buzzer. Mabry hits a half-court shot well after the buzzer.
Yeah, she wanted the ball, and I think it was Torre who took like 3 extra dribbles to get it to her. And I'm not saying that she would have gone. It would have gone in if she got it to her sooner. But
yeah,
you know,
so a bad start to the quarter, but ended better than it could have. 26-24 Dream at the end of 1. Rivers was 17. It was 6. Morrow 6 and 3, and Mabry with 3 and 4 assists. In the second, Mabry had a nice mid-range bucket and a nice pass to Allen down low, who scores to take CT's first lead, 33-32. Caldwell hit a 3, and the Dream take the lead back with under 3 left, but Tina responds and ties it with 2:30 left in the half. I believe at this point, there was a lot going on sports-wise, I think, at this point, with or a lot going on TV-wise in the beginning of the second half, and my notes were not strong. I think Rivers hit the 3 to tie or take the lead in this quarter because I have her hitting the next one, she had already passed it. So I think in this quarter she'd hit the record. So that's claps for her. We let up an easy 2 off an inbound under the basket, but get an easy 2 back as well, and get off a double team. Lindsay Allen get off a double team, I think it was, to find Tina. Gray hits a 3 quickly to go 2 for 1. Allen with a quick 3 as well, misses everything, and then the Dream hold for basically 1. Gray gets fouled with 6.1, misses the second, and Rivers once again hits a buzzer beater 3 as she banks it in and then shimmies with Tina. 45-43 Dream, end of half. Tina has 10, Rivers has 10, Morrow 6 and 7, Mabry 8 and 5 assists, and they held the entire Dream to under 10 besides Hillman, who has 12.
Yeah, Hillman had a really good first half. She was everywhere, hitting 3s, going back door. She was coming off screens. She's a player that's kind of interesting as we get into the offseason. I could see her not being protected by this team.
Maybe, yeah. They got a lot of good players. She does well against us. She usually puts up 10+ against us. She doesn't in the last game. She doesn't do much, but
no, she's a tough matchup for us because she's one of those 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2" strong forwards. So it's like it's a tough matchup for us.
Yeah, she can shoot well as well. In the second half, Rivers opens the half by tying the game. Gray stays down after a Rivers made bucket, not even 3 minutes into the quarter. Sun make their 10th turnover, and it leads to a Howard 3, who's been quiet with 9. Marina just throws it away, and Brittany Griner scores on the other end, making it a 5-point Dream lead. That grows to 7 before Sun take a timeout. A really good patient find from Mabry to Edwards, who blows the open layup and leads to a Howard and 1 on the other end. Dream up 11. Lots of missed layups in the third on both ends, but mostly for us. Howard scores 5 straight, and the Dream win the third 23-9. 68-52 Dream, end of third. Rivers has 16. Tina has 12. I'm just going to keep rolling.
Yeah, the avalanche happened, and there wasn't much we could do to answer.
Here are my fourth quarter notes. Sundown 73-52, just like that. Haley Peters gets a technical for punching the ball after a made Dream bucket and her committing a foul. Morrow playing hard with an and one with 3:15 left, scoring off the missed free throw down 22, 87-62 Dream final. Stats were Rivers had 16, 4 and 2. Morrow had 13 and 14. Tina had 12, 2 and 2, and Marina had 8, 3 and 6.
And it was another good one for the rookies. I mean, even though they were losing, like, it's very easy to just take Sanaya and Morrow out. Like, they both played almost 9 minutes in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's great. Let them run right now. Let them get reps. Let them get shots. I mean, Rivers didn't hit. She was 0 for 3, but, Morrow was 3 for 6. Those are the times you let those rookies be aggressive. we have a thing. One of our Coach Pickens, he always says in a blowout, whether you're winning or losing, the people who get screwed are normally the secondary players, right? Because you have your starting five, and you have your, yes, Morrow and Rivers are starters, but you know what I mean. Like their minutes, they play with the starters, but they also play with the bench unit. And then you have your second unit, which is your next four, right, in the rotation. And then you have the bottom of your bench, which is the last three to four players. Normally those middle players get lost because they should be getting those minutes, but you want to play the players who never play to see what they have. So those, the 6, 7, 8 players, lose out on time. So it's something I've thought about, and it's kind of changed my philosophy on it, because I was always that way too, of like, no, I'm going to play the absolute bottom kids because they're never going to get in a different situation. Like, you can't do it right away. You got to reward some of these players that you want to look and see that are a part of your future. So I really loved how they managed that in a blowout, because at this point, like, you're just trying to get more film, more reps, because you're running out of games to do so.
Yeah, I see that. The challenges of a coach, and you want to sit here and say fire Mezion after 3 weeks.
I didn't say fire him. I said those are things that could lead to being fired.
I'm not saying on the show. I might be talking about text messages. I'm just kidding. But imagine if that's you and you get the head coaching job at Staples, and these parents are like, fire Joe because he didn't have fucking my son set a pick correctly.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta stay off the socials, and you gotta just be oblivious to it all.
They listen to our show. Coach Mez, Jen Rosati, Morgan Tuck.
Hey, give me a call. I can help out in the off season.
Layla Lacan. I can help with social media.
I'm just gonna. My workouts would be getting everyone. Again, spoiler alert for next week, is everyone driving left, because if you can drive left right now,
lessons. These players know how to drive. They're not in high school.
No,
Why would get son wants you to drive? Teach them driving.
Drive to the basket.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
I know, and I did not pick it up until I started talking.
I was like, that's a good lesson for high schoolers, Joe. Fucking driving lessons.
Drive left.
You're a great mentor in life.
Drive left.
Yeah. All right. Game 3. Last game of the season. Dream's still fighting with the Aces for the second place spot. But if they both win, the Aces will get it. We won't know till tonight. But they're playing the Sparks, who are officially eliminated. And yeah, Asia Wilson hasn't. I mean, she didn't actually play well last night. And by not, I mean, she played well, but
right.
I don't know, not last night, last game. She scored like 11 points, 9 or 11 points, and it was she didn't need to. Everyone else went off.
Yeah,
they've won like 16 in a row.
Well, she's been carrying a lot of stress on her shoulders with that team, so it's nice that the rest of her teammates helped pick up a little bit.
Yeah. Mabry opens this game against the Dream, not the Aces, with a 3. Rivers had an ankle breaker but missed an open 3. Then Howard hit one on the other end. Sun take a timeout. 3 minutes in, down 11-5. We let Gray just hit a wide open 3 for no reason. Tina with 6 points makes. I don't care what the rotations are. Just don't let Gray or Howard get open for 3. Like, just don't leave them. Like, I don't care. Like,
they fire threes.
Yeah. Tina with 6 points makes it a 3-point game. She got all 6 of those points on one bucket, by the way, believe it or not. That's how good she is. With 1:50 left in the first, Rhea Marshall goes to the line. She's getting some minutes in the last game. Hits both and gets the first Sun points from someone who isn't Marina or Tina. Scores 21-13 at that point. Off of an offensive rebound and a reset, Torre takes an unnecessary long 3 and misses it. So we got an offensive rebound. They pass it out, look to reset, and she just chucked it. With under a minute left, Torre gets stripped of the ball, going to the bucket, and leads to a Howard 3. A few nice passes until the last one went off Rhea's hand and turned it over, and Coffee hit a 3 at the buzzer, 31-13, Dream end of 1. Tina had 6, Marina 5, Rhea 2. That was like it. Literally it. They hit like 1,000 threes on the other end. Not much to say. 3 minutes in, down 21. 3 missed shots, Rivers, then Morrow, then Edwards, then a jump ball that Atlanta wins. That was one possession. Could get the offensive rebounds, but couldn't get the bucket. Jen Rosati being interviewed down 20 the last game of the season is just lovely. I'll talk about the quotes after the game. Rivers finally on the board with under 4 to go in the half with a 3. I think she ends up like leading our team at the end, so she had to end up having a good game. Jones and Griner are abusing Tina down low. I don't think Tina cares. Peters in and gets a nice rebound and can't finish the shot. Rivers with a strip and a score to cut it to 20. Griner abusing Peters on an O board that leads the Dream to 3. Rivers tries to respond at the buzzer once again, but Howard blocks it. 51-28 Dream at the half. I don't know how Brittany Griner's. I swear she's just like, I could be the best player in the league, but like I don't want too much attention on me, so I'm gonna miss half these shots. And
I think
there's just no way she's that close.
I think half of it is the miles are starting to affect her. Yes, obviously she's still tall, strong, and gets position. But I mean, if you noticed, Atlanta, they took Brittany Griner out of the starting lineup. Nas is in the starting lineup. They're able to play faster, get up and down.
Well, her and Bree, their minutes just piss me off.
Well, now they stagger them, so it's like,
yeah, they come in for each other. I would love to see them play together.
Well, they did earlier in the year, and I mean, they were winning games, but it wasn't like it wasn't. They weren't on the tear they are now.
They're probably too slow together.
Probably, and like it's the right idea to have the two bigs like that, but I think the game is also now changing.
I also don't think they. I think they play them. They stagger them too much for me. I think it's like not enough minutes at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I think like 4 minutes, and then like they take her out. They take like Bree Jones out too quickly. I don't know. I like to see Bree a lot. I'm not the biggest Brittany fan. I have nothing against her, but I love Bree Jones. So I think
I know you do.
But I think I see Brittany Griner just miss. I know I wasn't watching when she was dominating as much, so obviously I don't know. I just see her miss too much. Like she's too big and too like close to the rim to miss any shots, and it's just like I feel like she's doing it on purpose. She doesn't want the attention anymore. She's just like I could easily be the best player in the league, but I'll hit him when
I recommend going back and watching some of her like.
I've seen the highlights.
Highlights.
I've seen her hit the layups.
Yeah, not even the layups. I'm talking dunks. I'm talking threes. Yeah. I'm talking spin moves on people. Like Griner was the real deal early on.
I'm not even talking about like contested layups now. I'm just talking about like the easy one she's missing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All right, second half of the last game of the season. Rivers to Mabry to start the half, then Mabry to Rivers for a nice 4-0 run to cut it to 19. But Gray hits a 3, so it doesn't really matter. Sun can't get a deficit to stay under 19, but Rivers gets an and 1 to cut it to 16 with just over 4 gone in the third. Marina hits a deep 3 to cut it to 13, and the Dream take a timeout. We were rolling in this third. The Sun get a steal off a timeout with a full court press. Mabry has a 3 to go in and out, but Morrow gets the offensive board but misses the putback. Edwards with the next offensive board, and it kicks out, and then they get it back down. They kick it out, not kicks out of the basket. They kick it out and then get it back down low to Morrow, and then she gets fouled and hits both at the line. Next inbounds pass from the Dream. Morrow and Allen cause a jump ball. Morrow tips it forward to Edwards, who gets fouled on a layup attempt. They tipped it forward right under the basket. Edwards doesn't hit it, but she hits the layups. I mean, she hits the free throws. And it's a 9-point game. Next possession, the Dream turn it over before half court, and the Dream can't handle the Suns' full court pressure at all. They take a timeout with 3:11 left in the third. Mabry turns it over, and Bree Jones puts it back up to an 11-point game. And the Sun call a timeout. Good timeout by Mez. Rivers cuts it back down to 9, and the Dream commit an offensive foul. Edwards gets a steal to stop the Dream from scoring at the end, but can't get a shot off herself. Third quarter run was made by Rivers, Torrey, Mabry, Morrow, and Edwards. Who would have thought? 71-58 Dream, end of third. Our last good fight of the season. Looked like we could have made it a game. But yeah.
I liked the full court pressure. Same thing now. A lot of what we do is, and it's not just us. I'm not saying we're like the inventors, right? But a lot of European teams, a lot of college teams now, and you'll even see it in the NBA. And I bet you it's one of those things where it's like you didn't realize it, But now that like I'm saying something to you, you'll start seeing it. The new trend is full court pressure again. Like, and it doesn't have to be everyone running up. It could just be one person guarding the ball. But the trend is to try to slow down some offenses, right?
Yeah.
So if they get it over half court, there's already 16, 17 seconds left on the shot clock versus 20 seconds. That's 4, 5, 6 seconds make a huge difference. So I felt like this was one of the first times we've actually utilized it. I don't know if it's just one of those things.
Pressure to make a big difference, not to make the little difference.
Right. Like I was interested to see why they did it. I mean, I know we haven't really had the personnel to be able to do it all season long. Obviously you have some of the guards where like Marina's not always the fastest, Tina on the back end. Like it'd be a lineup you'd want to do it with an Edwards, with a Liv in the back. Like you're like athletes on the team. So. Yeah. But no, I mean, clearly it worked for the third. It made the game much more watchable because I was very falling out of it. I'm like, oh, I got to watch this entire game. And I was like, ooh, there's a new wrinkle we haven't really seen this year. So I liked it. Coaching right till the end,
Yeah, there's just two things I want to bring up before this fourth. When you go on a run like this and coaches feel the need to keep playing the same lineup, it comes to a point where you just got to put like your players back in, or it's like tough. You got to switch it up because like it can't last forever. But also, why is Tina not playing in her last quarter of the season? Why did she not play this full game or sit the third and play the fourth? Especially in a game where we were just coming back. She didn't play the entire third pretty much. And we could come back and win this game in front of our home. If this was on the road, I get it. But like, why did she not play in the last quarter of the last game in front of the fans? Like, it's so stupid.
No, I know. I mean, that's probably they probably had that conversation before the game to be like, hey, you're gonna go out there, play X amount of minutes, and then we're just gonna roll with the young kids for the rest of the game. I got to assume. I don't think that's something that you do on the fly.
Oh, Minga Torre is not young.
No, I know.
I don't know.
I mean, matchup purposes, like
I don't know. I mean, I've been begging for people to play over Tina the entire year, but like, it's the last game of the season. Give the fans,
right?
If Tina's not going to resign, if she is, whatever, it's not going to end up mattering. But I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it depends who we sign, if I want Tina or not. If we can get Tina as a bench player, that'd be fucking incredible. I don't know if she'll want to do that,
right?
But I don't know. We looked it up.
Yeah. It's hard to do it though when you also, I believe it was this game. She broke the all-time single season scoring record for the Connecticut Sun.
She's shooting all the time.
But I texted you and I was like, "That's crazy! Like I did not realize that was a thing. Like that she was even in competition for that." But you answered it perfectly. We've had so many talented people. Like we haven't needed one scorer to be like this.
But nobody lasts on a team in the W.
Doesn't feel that way.
Derek Jeters, Tom Brady's. You don't
not anymore.
Sue Bird in Seattle. Hopefully, you have Asia Wilson in Vegas. Hopefully, you don't have that in Connecticut.
No, not really. Alyssa Thomas would have been the one.
Yeah, she's not a points getter.
No.
I mean,
but I just single season.
She's not like she's assisting a lot too. So it's like imagine if, you know what I'm trying to say. It's great scoring. It's not her main.
No, she's not. I mean, she's scoring 8 to 12 points a game, 13 points a game. Tina's getting 16. Those 3 points.
Even now she's scoring 15 when like she has the ability to score 20.
Right.
Plus. But where are we? The fourth quarter?
Fourth quarter. Going into the fourth.
Oh yeah. So Tina's not going to play in this, so don't get your hopes up to hear her name. Morrow with a nice O board and a putback to make it a 14-point game. Tori gets a rebound and an putback to make it 12. Tina's still on the bench, same group as the third. But Rivers is out now for Allen. Rivers comes in for Marina with 7:50 left. Mabry back in with 7 left. Still no Tina. It won't be, obviously. 16-point game. Sun take a timeout. Rivers and Mabry back-to-back to get it to 12-point game. back up to 15 in a TV timeout with 2:30 left of the season, and nothing else happens after that. We don't get close. 88-72, dream final. Mabry with 22, 1-5. Rivers with 16, 3-5, and Morrow with 11-10. What do you want to say before I get to these Jen Rosati quotes?
I mean, kind of these two games went how we thought they were going to. These girls fight all season long. It's just, the talent that's here right now this season wasn't consistent all season. So, you go from a game like Phoenix when you can prove that you can play with a team like that, and then the next two games, I don't want to call them duds, but you never felt like we were winning those games. So it's frustrating to limp to the end with those last two, but I think the Phoenix win shows you again what this team could be in the future with a couple additional pieces and another year underneath the Mez system.
Yeah, I'm excited for the future. All right, you ready to hear what our president said? All right. On the second half resiliency of this team, quote, "It's tough when you reset your entire roster and coaching staff to know what type of expectations to have when we started out. But we started out a little shaky, but I'm proud of how resilient this team has been and how we found our chemistry and played better down the stretch. We've had some really competitive games and beaten some really good teams, and I think our future is bright." So, okay. People didn't know what type of expectations to have. Started out a little shaky. This is true.
Yep.
Resilient. Yeah. All right. We found our chemistry. These are all true things. Picking up what she's putting down. Next quote is how to keep everyone level-headed through the highs and the lows. She said, "I have a very wide lens. I'm not narrow-viewed like the coaches and Morgan," speaking about Morgan Tuck, the general manager, like they are all the time. So I just tell them we are making progress. You can't always see it, but it just continue to work hard and to set the foundation and make the players accountable to a certain standard, enforce it every day, and it'll work out. You see that as a coach. Not every day you see the success, but you got to set the standard and hold everyone accountable to it.
Here's a quote for you. The standard is the standard. It's what it is, right? You set goals. You set what you want to do and accomplish. One of the things we're really big on is transparency. Like I said, we're doing, or I don't know if I mentioned it, but we're doing Zoom calls with kids right now, talking about their roles for the upcoming season, the returners, right? So who's on, like some of the kids who are already on the team know. So you set up some calls, you talk with them, and you just say, hey, here's our expectations, here's where we see you. And, if you want to aim higher. But there's things that you put together as a coach that you have to live by every single day, and you hope that your team follows it. Because again, the standard is the standard.
Is that a quote you guys use? The standard is the standard?
Actually, one I got on Instagram this morning in our coaches group chat. So it fit perfectly right into it. But we've talked about it before, being like, you can't, because again, you can't come up with something and then not live by it, right? You set all these goals and you set all these accomplishments and, I don't want to call them rules, but like guidelines to follow. And then if you're the ones who don't follow it, why are the kids going to follow it? So it's as simple as that.
Sounds like the standard is the standard is something like a Bill Belichick tree coach says in his like first week of his first coaching job outside of Bill Belichick. And then like his second year, like week 4, he gets fired, going 3-27.
Let me see if I can find what coach said it. Keep going though.
On what she is most proud of from the rookies. None of them even played the first couple of games. Sanaya was out because of her mom. Nisa was hurt, and Layla didn't join us until July. So if you think about the progress they've made without even going through training camp, it's just it's just nothing short of amazing. And they are just as great of people as they are players, which makes it really enjoyable. And if you think about what we've accomplished in having more fans than we've ever had, more season tickets than we've ever had, and it's a testament to these players and that they've been really enjoyable to watch and they've been engaged with our fans and the fans love watching them. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it, and just to finish the previous note, it was just a text message, so I don't know where one of the coaches heard it from, but I love it regardless. Probably was listening to a podcast or something. But yeah, I mean, our players, we've talked about it. While they're young and while they're fun, like they have personality. Like Sanaya Rivers, everywhere she goes to, every gym, you would think that she's been in the league for 5-6 years and the players all love her. Like Morrow has personality every time she steps on the court. Like she's passionate, she plays hard. Like Layla, I think she's more of the introverted one out of the group comparably, but like
Anissa too a little bit.
yeah, but I mean on the court, like you see
Oh,
more like but off the court, like I would say Layla is probably the one that seems quieter
Yeah.
comparably, but like our young players, like they make people want to watch them play basketball. And then obviously Marina's Marina. She plays with such a fire and such a passion. Tina's just the pro. And then, you got everyone in between. Like our team, like the players are watchable. They're marketable. Like,
yeah,
it's there.
We didn't have that a few months ago. We didn't know what we had.
No.
On Tina Charles, she said, we talked about how she was frustrated around July. And Jen said she talked about how she had to connect, how Tina had to connect with these young players, especially if she wanted to transition to a front office role once she was eventually retired. And she said she's definitely taken over connecting with them more. On lessons learned from this kind of season, Jen said, quote, you have to have some kind of vision, and not everyone knew what our vision was from the beginning. But we were anticipating this kind of turnover, and we kept reminding people that when Alyssa Thomas was a rookie and Bree Jones just got here, they won 12 to 13 games as well. You have to start somewhere, and you have to build. For us, it was about making sure we have a good culture so these kids want to be here for a long stretch, like Alyssa Thomas and Breezy were, just because that's how you become a championship contender in a great organization. On what excites her about
stability. That's all that is. It's building stability.
Yep. On what excites her about next season, she said, if you take the right steps and add some good pieces, we can be competing more regularly with championship caliber teams. Our team hasn't thrown in the towel. They are out there competing. Not every team can say that they have stuck it out together and want to see this through. And I think this bodes well for us in the future.
Chicago,
even Seattle. Washington has. Dallas hasn't. I mean, the players they have left have, but players left there. I'm trying to think. I mean, Bonner left Indy.
Yeah, there's a lot of turmoil in the league this year. So
yeah. And then lastly, on Connecticut basketball next year, she said, yes, get here and don't miss it. Whatever the future is, get here and don't miss it. There will be basketball here next year. Buy a ticket, buy a T-shirt, and celebrate us in the long run, regardless of what happens. Yeah, fuck you. I mean, what? Yeah, go buy all of our shit, regardless of if we move.
I don't love that quote, but that's tough. I mean, I'll just wait till the shirts and everything are $10 if they move, and I'll get my Connecticut Sun throwback T-shirt.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, of course we're gonna celebrate the Suns as long as they're here. But at the same time, like you can't put that on the fans to be like, hey, even when we leave, love us. It's like, no. Have you met the Seattle area with the Supersonics? Yeah. They hate the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah,
at least they know that's their team.
At least they're going all. The Connecticut's trying to go all in and keep them.
They really are. Hopefully, as the offseason goes on, that becomes a lot clearer too.
All right, let's put the final grave on or whatever, the dirt
nail
on
the coffin.
What's fantasy? Yeah, nail in the coffin of fantasy. I was winning most of this week. You came back and won. You finished the season 10-6 against me. You won this week 236 to 218. That's you won by 18 points. You won by a total of 148, winning 3,942 to 3,800 even.
Wow.
Yeah. So next year we're going for 4,000.
I like it. Well, hey, we'll have more games, so that'll be possible.
True.
More teams, more players, more schedules. I'm assuming more schedules, more games within a week.
Yeah, it's true. We should be able to break it. This week, I had Tina with 36, 13, and 12, Marina with 34, 14, and 29, Satu with 19, Bonner with 17, Bree Jones with 11 and 17, Jordan Canada with 7 and 9, for a total of 218. You had Lacan and Morrow when she was out with 16, 14, and 22. Rivers with 20, 13, and 25. Alyssa Thomas with 34. Kalia Copper with 21. Ryan Howard with 14 and 26. And Alicia Gray with 10 and 21 for 236. Top scorer Tina with 36 and Lois with Canada with 9, both with me. For our brightest star, I picked Marina Mabry. You picked Tina Charles. I think it was Marina. I think the players of the game were Marina, Morrow, and Tina. Tina was Chicago. Oh, no, that was Chicago.
I was going to say probably not Tina this time around.
Did they do one for Phoenix? It says player of the game. The first player of the game was Atlanta. The second one was Marina. They didn't put a player of the game for the game we won.
Which probably would have been Marina anyway.
All right, yeah. We'll give it to Marina.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so I win the brightest star 6-5. And then we'll go to another bright star. Well, I picked Sanaya Rivers. You picked Aaliyah Edwards. It's been 3 weeks since either of us got a point in this.
Yeah, we were hoping for our role players.
Sanaya got 6 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 0 steals, and 1 block. 16 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 0 blocks. I remember saying I wanted double-digit points from her specifically. She became a starter. She got 16 and 16.
I think you give it to her.
The first game was a little bad, but 6 rebounds, 5 assists, a pretty good game as well. I'm gonna give it to myself. The last week we get a point. Joe, you had Aaliyah Edwards. Are you happy with 4-3-0, 3-5-0, 4-8-1?
No, I mean I was really hoping there was gonna be more, but yeah, it is what it is. I feel like Aaliyah Edwards is such a weird player. She's come over for us. Like sometimes she does something, and you're like, "Oh, I see it." Yeah, and then other times I'm just like, "What's going on?" Definitely. So yeah, not gonna give it to her.
Star potential, but far away. All right, so we tied 4-4 there in the weeks we did that. It wasn't all season, but all right. So it's funny we added that because it was just Tina and Marina for the longest time, but then we actually got some more good players. All right, our record predictions: we both said 0-3 this week. We went 1-2. Our team's total ended at 11-33. I ended up, or my running total was 16-28. Yours was 13-31. Specific games along the way, correct? 28. You had 29. But yeah, that's all the games we played and all the things we kept track of. We will go over our preseason predictions in the off season at some point in the next couple weeks. But let's make new playoff predictions for where the standings are right now. Let me make sure there's nothing crazy going on in the games right now. Dallas is actually beating Phoenix, but we said that doesn't matter.
Right, that's locked in. They're probably not playing their players.
Yeah. All right. So, do you need me to tell you the matchups, or are you good?
You don't need to tell me, but we can tell the people at home.
Yeah. Is that how? Yeah. Okay. So it's going to be
professional at this point.
Lynx and Storm, Aces and Valkyrie, Dream and Fever, Liberty and Mercury. So it'll be the first series is in 3 games, second is in 5, and the finals are in 7.
And this year it's the 1-1-1 matchup, correct? For the first round, they changed that.
That I do not know.
I'm pretty sure it was 2 and then 1, but I'm pretty sure they changed that for this year.
That's pretty cool. I like 1-1-1. All right,
Yeah.
Lynx and Storm, the 1 and the 8 seed. Who you got?
I have the Lynx in 2 games, and this is the end of the Seattle Storm team as we know it.
I think the Lynx are also going to win, but I think the Storm are going to get better, if anything. They probably will fall apart, but they got Malunga and they got the top pick. They ain't going anywhere. They're going to keep.
No, I just mean blowing up the team in some capacity.
Probably. They'll probably keep Gabby. I don't know. It's the CBA. You never know.
Right.
It's impossible to know. I don't want to say anything. But yes, I also have Lynx over Storm in 2. Aces versus Valkyrie. I have Aces over the Valkyrie in 2. Joe?
So if the Valkyrie were actually going to play their playoff game in Valhalla, I actually would have given them a game. But since they are playing at a neutral site, I believe they had an event going on. They booked the stadium in advance, not knowing that,
Well, their fans are still going to show up.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like their gym. It's still a different gym. So I'm going to say Aces in 2.
All right.
But one of the games is going to be like super close. I want the emphasis on super.
You know you want to pick the Valkyries in a game. Just pick them.
I do, but I'm not going to.
All right. Dream versus Fever. Who you got?
All right. I've been seeing these things of like Caitlin Clark like actually like doing basketball activities, even though she's out for the year. I don't know if that meant out for the season and then she's going to try to play in the playoffs or not. I think regardless, who is it? You said Phoenix? Sorry.
Dream.
Dream. I think regardless, I think the Dream probably win. They're the better team. But I'm going to say Indiana does get a game off of Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell going off. So I will give them, that will be the Dream in 3.
I'm going to say Dream over Fever in 2. Regardless if Caitlin plays. Liberty and Mercury, the 4-5 game.
Yeah, this one, we're talking about that game being like a conference finals game, like Final Four game, and now we're getting in the first round.
It's 4-5.
It's kind of tough because like I could see both teams winning. I'm gonna go on. It's tough.
Breaking news, guys. Joe thinks the 4-5 matchup is a tough one.
I'm going to lean the Liberty to win in 3. But I think all 3 games are probably awesome games if everyone's playing.
Yeah, I assume they're all going to be close and good games. I also have Liberty over Mercury in 3. So that leaves us with the same semifinals: Lynx versus Liberty and Aces versus Dream. Lynx and Liberty, who you got? Last year's
Lynx and Liberty. I think we know where I'm going to be heading with my predictions here. I do think the Lynx.
Did I say that wrong?
No, wouldn't it be? Because it would be.
Is that different conferences?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't, right? I did.
Yeah, it's just the top 8.
Good.
Right. Yeah, no, I think the Lynx get their revenge on the Liberty for the postseason. Remind me, this is a best of 5 series.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it goes 4.
Lynx over Liberty in 4?
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what I have. All right, so both have Lynx over Liberty in 4. I have Aces over the Dream in 3 games.
Wow. I'm actually going with the Dream over over Vegas in 5. I just think they're a young team, they're a competitive team, And maybe it's recency bias seeing them in the last 2 games, but they do have the size and the physicality to mess with Asia a little bit.
Okay. And then so you have Dream versus Lynx. Who do you have? 7.
I was back and forth on this because I do still think the Lynx win the title. I've been saying that since the beginning of the season. There's nothing that I've seen that makes me change my mind. It's just a matter of how many games. I do think Atlanta is a very good team as well, clearly. You can say Lynx in 6. Sounds good to me. And Nafisa Collier is your MVP. Throw that in there.
Mm-hmm. All right, and I have the Aces over the Lynx in 6, with Asia Wilson as my MVP.
If they can pull it off,
I don't know if they're going to lose a single game until the finals.
If they pull it off, it's it's quite a season. The way they started and being 500 and abysmal. So
I picked them as a 500 team too in the beginning of the year.
You did.
And now I'm picking them to win. I picked them to be what they were, and now they were like, we were that, and now fuck you. And I'm like, all right, I believe in you. And you said this is Nafisa Collier's year, and you're sticking with it.
I am. I've seen nothing that tells me otherwise. They got better at the trade deadline, and there's
not that you injured her or anything.
No, I did not. I don't think she wins regular season MVP now. I don't. I'd be surprised if she does, just because of what Asia Wilson's done.
Save it. We'll get to it. We'll do it. We'll do that episode. we got a ways away. They don't announce until after the playoffs, right, or mid playoffs?
Mid playoffs, I think.
Yeah. So we'll get to that. But yeah, it's a shorter episode. You got anything else you want to say?
No, just again, thanks everyone for listening. We're going to do our best to keep this rolling, and that only happens with support from the people who follow and listen. It's one of those things where we're going to try to be active as we can. We want to continue to grow. I know Alex says it all the time. If you guys have anything that you want to hear us talk about, or if you find anything in the news or something with the team, send it our way to the No Shade account. And, we're always open to having discussions about things that the people want to hear.
Yeah, and just because Joe can't physically be active with the kids doesn't mean he's not going to watch them from afar. Rules say he can. Can't stop him, FCAC.
For legal purposes, it's clearly a joke.
Yeah, his coaching can't coach yet, apparently, because kids can't be coached to death. And
you've got so much to learn about the FCAC, Alex. So much to learn.
Man, I was a dual FCAC athlete. I know all about that shit. I jumped long. I jumped high. I jumped triple, and I based ball a little bit.
You did. But again, thanks everyone. Alex, it's been fun to do with you. Obviously, it's fun. We talk sports.
It seems like this is our last podcast.
No, I'm just saying because it's regular season's over. But we talk. We talk all the time.
Sun and 5.
Huh?
Sun and 5.
Sun and 5.